What's going on, guys? Matt Manduke here, and I'm playing Hustle Castle. Now, clearly, I've been playing for a little bit, and this is just something that's kind of, well, I figured it's not a bad game, so I kind of wanted to bring it out to you because you're done with the angry sharks, and after unboxing, it's going to be difficult to keep up with while I am out on the road. So, what I'm looking at here is my castle. Let me see if it's as far as I can zoom out. So, I'm just gonna kind of give you a breakdown of the entire parameter of the game, and that's, you start and there's actually a decent storyline. It's not like super involved or anything, but if you start with the storyline, you got four main characters, and the Princess Olivia, she gets abducted by the Abyss Lord. And then these two are, you're the king, and these two are your instructors or whatever. They give you an idea. This guy, Donald the Glorious, is supposed to be hooking up with Princess Olivia. She's a bitch, he's an asshole, and the old man, he's crazy. But this guy, it's actually kind of funny. They give you the whole storyline and whatnot, and I do kind of encourage you guys to play yourself and check it out. There's also like Shrum, he was one of the bosses, and Aragonus, he's the boss that I'm after now. And Mortalis, he's the first boss. So there's a little bit of storyline that goes with it, and I think that's cool. And then I have a decent amount of items, and I've been playing for a few days now, so, and you can see we'll get into that. So then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna show you the different rooms. This room, you can break down items that you don't need, and you can use this room to craft new items. They're going to give you weapons. I don't have the one to do armor yet, but we're getting there. This room creates spells, and you can take spells into battle. Battle, I will show you, is a little bit mostly passive, but the spells you have to enact yourself, and you set up your guys with your different gear. Then in here I have a lumber mill, and that's just a chick that, she... I'll go through the people after I do the rooms, so you understand that. But I got her in there doing that. And she's not well trained or anything, but I don't have a huge need for lumber yet either. And then the shed, that's where the lumber is kept after it's cut. So, as I get lumber, and as you can see at the top, that's how much I have of each thing. And then the next one is the mana well. And the mana well, I have two people in there, and they just make it so it makes more, but it'll make some without them too. And so that's actually two of them combined, and as you level up, you'll see that. And that's where the mana pool, that's where the mana is kept. And then the laboratory, that actually trains these people. The higher their level is, the more mana they can create. And that also applies to the crafting, because I can have somebody in there working on them. I just don't at the moment, because because we'll get to that, because she's busy breeding. Alright, so then the next row, we're looking at the cook shop, and this is actually four of them combined. And they all go in here and they make food. The more of them in there and the higher trained they are, the better food they make. And then next to this is the kitchen, they train the cooks. And then at the bottom here, we have the treasury, and clearly, the more of them that are in there, then the more they make. And then next to that, you have the mint, and that trains the treasures. I didn't want to zoom in on that. And then underneath of that, I have the barracks, and my barracks is a level 4 barracks, so I actually have 4 people in here, and each one of them, they're my warriors. They will defend the castle if anyone attacks me, and I use them to attack. And it's cool because there's PvP, and there's kind of a storyline, and the storyline isn't as easy as some of these are. There's a few things that I really like about this game, but we're going to go through what I have, and then I'm going to explain that. So it's going to be a fairly long video. Next to that's the hospital, so when my soldiers get back and they're all hurt and damaged and stuff, I can throw them in the hospital and they'll heal quicker. And then next to that is the fighter training room, and clearly that does what it does. It's level 4. And then in here, she goes into the fighter training room while she's pregnant, and he's one of my treasures. He goes into here, and she goes into, she goes up here into the crafting. See that reduces the time by 3.5%. And then this guy, he goes into the fighter training room as well. And then yeah, so the living room allows you to put 2 of your dwellers inside, and a male and a female, and it'll make the female pregnant after an hour and a half, and then the pregnancy lasts for an hour and a half, and then they have the baby, and the baby wandering around in the castle for like 8 hours or something, and then you have another adult. And it's interesting because you have better chances of creating better people by putting higher trained and higher star people together, so you get better levels out of them when they're born. And I think that's fairly cool. And then I had the throne room. That doesn't really do anything. They had like some castle modification, but that all requires you to get like a lot of diamonds, and they give you a decent amount of diamonds in this game, but they still want you to spend money, and for stuff that doesn't do anything, I wouldn't spend money, and I'm not into spending money on games. And then the clan hall, I don't think that has much use, and the same thing with the trophy room. They give you a trophy for every boss you beat, but they're not really worth anything. And then in here I have my vault, and I'm actually in the process of upgrading that. It currently has it can hold 295,000. I'm increasing it by 700,000. And then I also have my cellar. That's where my extra food's kept. And then my arsenal, that actually creates this ballista that's outside when people attack me. And I haven't upgraded that at all. Alright, so then the next thing I want to explain to you is we're going to start with my soldiers, because you'll understand how all the gear works and all that. Alright, so if we looked at the soldier, you see his battle quality is in the top left corner, and then his hit points are here. Well, that's all after it's modified, right? So then underneath you see these stars. Those stars are, each one is good for 20 levels in their different skill sets, right? And so he's good for 60 levels. He's only level 30 in defense, and he can go all the way up to 60. Well, right now I can't put him all the way up to 60 because my training room only goes up to 30. But then, underneath of that, that's the alchemy, and then you have lumberjack, and you have cook, and you have treasure. And then underneath they have the attributes, and that's a lot of stuff that is imbued by the weapons and armor. And that's where I get into what he's wearing, and they show what he looks like with the stuff on, and that's cool and all. But I got the weapons, and the weapons are fairly involved, which is fairly interesting, but there are level requirements to them, so some of these are better than other ones. And I got this one in my daily thing, and then they got jewelry and whatnot, and that affects all the gear. But like I said, alright, yeah, so while you're hanging out in castle for too long, you end up with like these guys, rats or ghosts, and you just have to like acknowledge that it's there, and if there's somebody in the room, they'll fight it off. If there's nobody in the room, oops, sorry about that. If there's nobody in the room, then you have to put somebody in the room to fight it off. But so yeah, that's how that works, and that's fairly cool. It just gives you something to do. There she goes. She had her baby. I didn't want to click on that. I don't think I wanted to click on it. No, I want to. There is no free. What did that say? I gotta see it again. There is no free space for dwellers. Build more living rooms. Oh, the living room is also what allows you to have space. That might be a problem. Living room. I can't have that until level 8, and I'm only level 6 now, but I should be able to upgrade this one. Yeah, for 400,000 coins, I can upgrade to have 10 more people, and it's going to take a day and 12 hours. And that means that my girls are going to be pregnant until then. That kind of stinks. And I don't have the money to do that, so I'm not worried about the fact that my guy is busy for the next 12 hours. In the next 12 hours, I'm going to have to get the money to be able to do that, so I can put him immediately to work. Now, you only get one builder for 750 diamonds. You can get another one, but like I said, they almost every time you boot it up, they give you like a thing where you can watch a video and you get 5 diamonds, and they allow you to watch videos to speed up your training, but they don't make you watch a ton of videos, and they're not begging for money constantly. The only thing I really don't like is, in order for them to continue training to the next level, you have to click on that icon so that they start their next level of training. So that means like if they only 10 minutes, and you got to kind of open it up every 10 minutes to do that, they won't automatically go to the next one. So I can't just leave my guy in there overnight and expect him to be max level. So I'm going to show you what a battle sequence is, and then this video is getting kind of long, so I'm probably going to end it there. But so yeah, when you go to click on where you're at, it shows you what your squad is, and then it shows you who the enemy squad is. Oops. And it shows you what your capabilities are and what their capabilities are, just in numbers, like in attack power. And then it shows you your reward, and you almost always get a chest, and it costs food to attack. And I'll show you PvP in a later video. It's just, that's what it is. And yeah, there's a bunch of these like fire demon guys, and the only thing that is not passive is these spells. And that one is like a bloodlust, and this other one's just like a magic spell. Ooh. But yeah, there you go. And I'm gonna go back and open the chest. We'll take a look at what I got. There are some other gear for like the people that work inside, for like the treasurers and whatnot, and they'll give you gear for that kind of stuff sometimes. I got that ring and a spoon. I think that's a spoon. Plan B mace. When attacking, has a 17% chance of stunning an enemy for 2 seconds. Huh. Plan B. Like birth control mace. Yeah, so then I get that, and wearing that ring, they're going to create 208 more food. That's actually awesome. Whereas this, that's kind of junk compared to what my tanks are using, so I'm not going to deal with it. But if I go up here into the kitchen, and I zoom in, I'm pretty sure he's not wearing a ring, and he can just wear that. And then he creates 241 food. I think that's hourly, but they don't really tell you. But yeah, so that's where I'm at in the game, and I'm going to try to give you guys weekly updates on what's going on. I'm probably going to record it every once in a while, not like multiple in a day, but I'm probably going to come back when that gets done and show you like where I am in my progress. That way you guys get it. So if you enjoyed this and you want to see my other gaming adventures, you can go ahead and check out that playlist there. Or if you want to see what else this channel is about, you can go ahead and check out this playlist there. As always, guys, I want you to like the video, subscribe, and I want you to check out this ring video and find out how you can win one of 3 rings. I want to thank you for watching. I wouldn't do this without you. I'll see all my friends later.